Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm here in the Caliente garage, and in this video, I'm going to change my rear end differential fluid inside of this C7 Corvette. The fluid that I'm going back with is the Valvoline. It's a 75 weight 90. It's a 100% full synthetic Advance Gear Oil, specialated for hyper gears. I'm gonna put back about 3 quarts of gear oil. I picked up a pump. This thing will fit on a gallon jug. Also, it'll fit on a quart jug. So we're gonna use this to pump the rear end oil back into the differential. I have an oil pan. Some of the tools that I'm subject to use is a braking bar, 3/8 braking bar. I have a 3/8 extension, a swivel, a 3/8 swivel if I need it. Also a 3/8 stubby ratchet, paper towels for grease and oil, and we're gonna use these rubber gloves to keep dirt and oil out of my fingernails. So stay tuned. We're gonna dive into changing the oil on my C7 Corvette. So let's get started. So looking at the rear end of the Corvette, I have the rear end on ramps. And this allows me to access the rear end of the vehicle. We need to look for the fill bolt, which is just above the axle here on the top. There it is right there. That's where we're gonna fill the differential fluid. To drain the differential, here's the drain right here where I'm pointing at. It's a little bit hard to see, just to the front of the rear axle. So before we take off those bolts, I'm gonna take off the fill bolt first, and then I'm gonna take out the drain bolt. The last thing you wanna do is drain all your oil and you can't get off the fill. So we're gonna do the fill bolt first, and then we're gonna do the drain bolt. My braking bar has a 3/8 drive, and that may not be long enough, so we're not gonna have the room. So I'm gonna try to use an extension. Here's a shorter extension. Let's see. I'm gonna grab my braking bar. So before I turn, I actually put a little black mark with a line to show exactly where I'm going to stop. So here we go. Wasn't too hard. So now that I've broke the fill bolt free, now I can try to turn it. See if we can get my hand up in here. It's pretty tight. Here we go. I'm gonna try to loosen this fill bolt, and hopefully no fluid comes out. Let me get my pan ready just in case. So far, no fluid. All right, we got it out. There's the fill bolt to the rear differential. So next we're going to take the drain bolt And we're gonna try to put back about 3 quarts. Get my braking bar and see if I can take this drain bolt free. That wasn't bad at all. I'm gonna get my oil pan ready. Get my paper towel ready just in case. And I don't know if this thing is gonna pour out or just drip out, but here we go. I'm gonna get my paper towel ready. Look at that. There we go. That oil actually looks really good. And we're gonna just let that drain. And one thing about doing your own work, you know it's done right. So we're gonna just let that drain, and we're gonna get these drain bolts cleaned up, get any magnetic particles from off of the magnet of the drain bolt. And that's the thing about doing your own work. You know it's done, and you know it's done right. And this is called a quart and gallon fluid pump. And you can pick these things up at your local hardware store. I'm gonna open this thing up. And the straw is gonna attach right on the bottom, and this is gonna screw right onto the top of my rear end oil or differential oil. Oh, I was misled. I mean, the direction says a quart and a gallon, but apparently this neck is extra wide. I'm going to see if we can transfer this over into another quart and pump it inside of the rear end of the car. Let's see if my top will fit this jug. So it looks like it will fit. So I'm just going to make some modifications here. And I'm going to connect this pump to this gallon jug. So I'm going to pour my rear end oil over into this jug. A good mechanic must always be prepared to improvise. So we're going to pour this gear oil into another jug so we can connect the pump to the jug. So now that I have the gear oil poured over into this 1 gallon jug, now I can connect the pump. Let's see if it's actually going to work. So I'm going to take my pump and just start pumping. There we go. As you can see, the oil is starting to feed up the tube. So let's get it poured inside of the rear differential. So I have the drain bolt cleaned off. So before I put back the drain bolt, I just want to wipe up some of this oil. I have the drain bolt already cleaned up. And now I can put back this drain bolt. Just going to hand tighten the bolt in there first. Nice and easy. And now I can take my braking bar and tighten this thing back down. to be really tight. Nice and snug. I'm just gonna wipe everything up. As you can see, I have the drain bolt put back in. I have the lines marked back. The notches are aligned, and now I can put back the rear end oil. So I have my tube. I'm gonna put it over into the field, and I'm just gonna start pumping. Once I see fluid start to come out, then I'll know that we are full. Here we go. This thing holds about 3 quarts of oil. I'm just gonna pump until we see oil come out of the field. And that's the thing about doing your own work. You know it's done right. I was going to go back with Amsoil, but I just went up to my local parts store and picked up some of this gear oil. And this oil is a 75 weight 90. It's 100% full synthetic. I was going to go back with Amsoil, but I just went up to my local parts store and picked up some of this gear oil. I've changed the oil in the car today. I didn't record it, but I decided to do the rear end. I'm starting to see some oil starting to trickle over. Right now I have about 2.5 quarts remaining. You'll be surprised how easy it is to work on a C7 Corvette. I had one of my viewers to say that, man, I couldn't believe you actually changed that serpentine belt on the Corvette. But working on the Corvette is actually easy. It's not hard. Just gonna keep pumping. Shops charge a lot of money just to change the rear end oil, but if you get some tools and invest in picking up your own tools, you can actually save a lot of money doing your own maintenance. I mean, it's cool paying somebody to do some work for you, but when you do it yourself, you know it's done right, and then you can save some money, and then you can do it at your convenience. You know, a lot of these shops, man, you'll have to book appointments or wait in line or drop your car off. That's cool, but I just like to do my own work inside of my own shop, and that way I know it's done right. There we go. We can start to see it run out. Look at that. There we go. So you can see she's dripping. That means she's full. So she's starting to drip. So now I can put back my drain bolt. Get that in there. Oh yeah. Now I can wipe up some of this oil. I'm gonna take my braking bar and just tighten it down. take a little bit of brake parts cleaner and just clean the area of any oil. A little bit of brake parts cleaner goes a long way. Now I can wipe up any remaining oil. And that's going to do it for changing the rear end oil on my C7 Corvette. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, feel free to put it down in the comment section below. If you like this video, feel free to click the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you a little bit later out here in the Caliente garage.